Hello, I'm Super Orange Cat here today with Toonami's ratings from February 27th, 2021. Now let's start with the top of the block. At the top of the block, we have Dragon Ball Super at a 0.15, Attack on Titan at a 0.14, The Food Wars at a 0.12, Fire Force at a 0.12, Black Clover at a 0.10, Gridman at a 0.10, Naruto Shippuden at a 0.10, and Demon Slayer at a 0.10. Overall, this was a pretty bad week for the block. Now, one thing to note here, from the notes I've gotten here, they're saying that Dragon Ball went down 100 to a 0.15. I believe it's the other way around. I think it actually went up 100 to a 0.15. I think it was a 0.14 last week. And Attack on Titan. No, actually, no, that was wrong. Dragon Ball was at a 0.16 last week. Attack on Titan was at a 0.18. And Attack on Titan just fell further. And that's the first thing I want to bring up. This is that Attack on Titan. I don't want to bring up any spoilers, but the episode that aired this past Saturday was a pretty emotional one, and that's why I'm kind of surprised the ratings actually went down as it did. And yeah, 0.14, not a good number here when you're in the final stretch of the whole series here. I believe there's like 4 or 5 episodes left. However, we're going to have a repeat of this past Saturday night's episode this upcoming Saturday because of the whole Texas weather thing and Funimation being slow. And that's not a good sign, Like this airing didn't do well. There's no reason to believe that re-airing it the very next week is going to do better. It's probably going to drag down the block. And again, you also have the case of Dragon Ball Super at the start of the block at a 0.15. Not good numbers. Like I said, Dragon Ball as a rerun has now outstayed its welcome, and it really should not be at the start of the block. If they're committed to airing Dragon Ball Super, which part of the reason why is because they got the license for cheap from Toei Animation back when they got it a few years back. So they're gonna milk their money's worth out of it, And that's why we see it at the start of the block, trying to bring in more money, through ratings and whatnot. And if I was them, if I had control of the block, I would probably move Dragon Ball to be like right in front of Naruto. Just kind of package those two, the two biggest shonen names in the block right now. Just put them together. They're rerun. Well, Shippuden's technically new now because Showbuzz Daily is now showing it as a new show, which is a weird thing because the first so many, like 300 something episodes of Naruto, they acted as if it was a rerun, and then now they're acting like it's new. I guess it's because it passed a certain number that never aired on TV before, and that's their threshold or whatnot. But again, that's very subjective considering, like, during Hunter x Hunter's run, it was not treated as a new episode, even though it was the first time ever the dub had aired on TV. But again, that's just a bunch of semantics, and I'm getting distracted from the topic here. And again, after that, we have Food Wars at a 0.12. Food Wars, welcome back to the block. Wish it was under better circumstances. A 0.12 is not necessarily good, albeit if your show in front of you is a 0.14, and it's an absolute giant behemoth of a show, pun intended, then maybe only dropping 200s isn't that bad. Although it's the type of effect I've seen with Toonami. It doesn't matter how much you promote a new show, it's going to take a few weeks for people to know it's on the air through word of mouth. So wouldn't be surprised if Food Wars creeps upward the next few weeks. That's something to watch for. You have Fire Force at a 0.12. I mean, it's like I said, it's the show that it's the easiest to forget it's on the block. It's a dub premiere. It's a dub TV premiere. But I mean, ever since it started, season 2 started airing the block, I think a lot of people kind of stopped talking about it. But again, we've had bigger Toonami news go on since then. Like example, you get Food Wars and Black Clover back, and a lot of people have been talking about that. You're talking about how Attack on Titan's been underwhelming on the block. And again, you have like Black Clover to 0.10 this week, and that's also underperforming. And again, it does not help Black Clover. It is in right smack dab in the middle of filler. We're going to be a while. It's going to be a little while until we get to episodes which the fans typically like more. Episodes that will probably bring in higher ratings. SSSS Gridman's a lost cause. It's got like what 3-4 episodes left. It's at a 0.10. I think the highest it ever got was like a 0.12 or something really hilariously low. And then after that, you have the reruns. You have Shippuden at a 0.10, which it's fine. 3 a.m. I guess. 3 a.m. I must be lonely. And then you have Demon Slayer to 0.10. Fine, why not? It's 3:30 in the morning. No one really cares about the numbers when you get that late at night. But yeah, overall, nothing really good to look at for Toonami. And if I had to point out reasons why, it would be one, Dragon Ball Super has no momentum left as a show. Two, one thing I can't believe I haven't mentioned yet, which is part of the title, by the way. Yeah, Cosmic Samurai did no wonders for the block. It dragged down the ratings. And the reason why. Okay, imagine, like, you gotta imagine there's multiple groups of people who watch Toonami, right? Not every single person who watches on Toonami any given night, Saturday night, is a diehard Toonami fan. There's someone who wants to watch television, they want to be entertained, and they want to see and they expect things to come at a certain schedule. So, and there's a lot of people who we've mentioned this before, watch Dragon Ball Super and then just tune out. So imagine if you're one of these people, you tune in midnight, getting ready for another episode of Dragon Ball Super, and you see this like 3-4 minute short air beforehand of something you really don't know what's going on because you didn't watch the first few parts of it. Or if you watch the first part or two and you're not interested in it, you're just like, oh, this is the show. Because sometimes people just watch a minute or two and like, okay, this is the program now. And they don't know, no, it's only 3-4 minutes long and Dragon Ball Super's right after this. So they tune off the block. And I think that's part of the reason why Dragon Ball Super's ratings have really lowered. Dragon Ball Super did below a point 2 before, not that long ago. But it seems like ever since Cosmic Samurai was put on the block, it's really been cratering. It went from like, oh, 0.18, 0.19 being like the ugly bad numbers to now, oh, it got a 0.15 this week. Now go 2-3 months ago. Say that the first show on the block got a 0.15. You would have thought I was crazy. Because back then there was a period where like Demon Slayer was getting close to a 0.15. Shippuden was getting a 0.15. Yeah, that's where we lead off now with the block. And again, Cosmic Samurai doing no wonders. A lot of people they're like, oh, this is they've stopped airing Dragon Ball Super, and a number of these people won't come back. We have streaming now. People can just watch Dragon Ball Super. They can just watch it in like many different ways. Some legally, some illegally. People are gonna do that. And Attack on Titan, like I said, the overall phenomenon is just the fact that look, if you're really wanting to see what happens in Attack on Titan, want to see how the anime tackles this, you're watching the sub when it comes out on Crunchyroll. That's probably what you're doing. Unless you were devout to the dub, that way, that's the only way you would try to avoid spoilers, which is another difficulty too, because spoilers are absolutely everywhere for Attack on Titan. That's half the reason why I know what's going on, because spoilers are just so prevalent. I'm not even like trying to find these spoilers, and I have a good consensus idea of what happened the past 5-6 episodes so far. And again, and it gets to the point it's like, well, I don't want to be spoiled, so I might as well watch it when the sub comes out. And then after that, Food Wars. Give Food Wars time. It's going to do better. Fire Force. Fire Force is unremarkable. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean, like I said, there's nothing about it that I don't think another show is more is less is I think there's no aspect of Fire Force that's so noteworthy. It's more noteworthy than what another show on the block does right now. The only thing I can think of right off the bat, thing that I identify with Fire Force is Maki, and that's it. And again, fan service is everywhere. I mean, Food Wars is back, okay? Food Wars is gonna completely out fan service Fire Force. Fire Force cannot stand Food Wars in that category. And then Black Clover, like I said, we're in the middle of filler. It's gonna be a little while until I get better. SSSS Gridman, no one really wanted it on the block in the first place. And then again, the reruns down the block. And that's where it is. So again, not that good of a week. I think having Cosmic Samurai be done, but unfortunately not forever, because apparently we got an announcement that Cosmic Samurai will be back in 2022, which I'm not excited for. I watched the first episode. It was okay, but not the type of thing I would return to. But it is clear here that is probably the main impetus for the blocked ratings dropping here. The average person, the average Toonami fan might like it. The average person watching Toonami probably didn't. And that's what these numbers show. So what do you guys think? What's your opinion on these ratings for this week? What show do you want Toonami to pick up next? Remember, next week we will have a rerun of this past episode of Attack on Titan because of Funimation, Texas, and snow. What do you guys think? What's your opinions on that? Leave your comments, leave your opinions down below. Appreciate your input. If you like this content, if you want more wacky Toonami news content like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Super Orange Cat, and that is all.